There really is no such thing as casual racism, you guys. It's just racism, right? It's racist to call a virus a Chinese virus. Like, if you think about it, yes, the first outbreak that we know of happened in Wuhan, China, and it was devastating. And I mean, I cried so much for, my people. Like, my people were dying and they were hurting, and I was feeling so much pain on top of everything else, on top of the fear and the anxiety. But if you think about it, historically, we don't really call viruses by the origin of the outbreak. Like, we don't call H1N1 the American swine flu. Like we just don't. And so when people say Chinese virus, and I know that our president has called it that, it makes it almost okay for everybody else to tap into whatever reserve of racism that they already had to begin with. And that is just really hurtful for a lot of Asian Americans going through serious issues right now, serious fear. Like, some of us, like what happened last time, after it happened, I was really afraid to go out of my house just to take out the trash. Like, I was really afraid because of the color of my skin. And I know a lot of times we've all encountered that. Like, so many of us, people of color, we've encountered that. But right now, with so much of this heat on Asian Americans, I really feel it. Like, I feel it every day. I actually even Googled, how to look more American. And it said like I had to wear a baseball cap or something. Anyway, so I really felt it in a very real way. And the reason why I highlighted this issue, what happened to me, even though it was a teenager, and I'm so grateful that this teenager used, he saw what happened after the outrage on social media, and he apologized, and I'm really, really grateful for that. But I put it out there because I think if it's happening to me, it's definitely happening to other Asian Americans, and I'm really lucky that I have a platform that I can talk about these issues with you guys. And so I wanted to be the voice to say, this is not okay. This is happening to all of us at all different levels, no matter where you are. It is happening. It's real, and it sucks. It's not light and fun, and it's not okay in any way, right? So what do we do about it? I think that the best thing we can do as a community is, when you see it happening, to just immediately recognize it. So recognizing it is number one. Like, there was a period in my life, I grew up in, California, all over California. And I remember there were times when I lived in a very, very predominantly white neighborhood at one point in my childhood. And I was literally the only Asian girl. And sometimes people would say things, and you're so tempted to just let it go, because you don't want to seem like that person who's crazy sensitive and has to have those awkward conversations calling people out. But guess what? I did that for a while, and I felt horrible about it afterwards. I'd go home feeling shame, not just the shame of having taken it, but having let it go. Like, that's like a double whammy of shame. And I'm just at the point in my life now where I don't want to let it go anymore. I'm not gonna make a gigantic issue about it and let it overwhelm me for the rest of my life and be like not able to function. I'm gonna still keep doing my class, but I also think it's really important to recognize it when it happens, so that we can put a stop to it. So we can say, hey, this is not okay for XYZ reason, and really educate. I mean, that's what we're here for. This is why we have this class, is we're trying to educate, the next generation, and make them, great people who are sensitive and tolerant and have empathy and are great writers. So that's what I really hope to accomplish with this class. That's why I tweeted what happened. That's why I put it on Instagram, and I do apologize if anybody, if through saying all this stuff, maybe that kid, got a lot of heat. I know that what that feels like as well. Like, as a teenager, that is really scary, and I am really sorry if that happened. But I also think that we have to be accountable for our words, and the internet is permanent. So I want everybody to be reminded of that, because, now that we don't have school, we're in this weird phase where no school closures. And I'm seeing a lot of kids go online and just kind of say whatever they want, you know, because they can hide behind the screen, and it's okay. It's just like open season. It's okay. But really, we have to stop and pause, because it's not okay. And eventually, you know, this is all going to be recorded. Like, it just doesn't disappear, right? So even though it is Instagram Live, and probably, you know, it will kind of go away after 24 hours, but still the impact of it cuts so much deeper. It lasts for a really long time, right? It lasts for a really long time in that individual that you just hurt, and everybody else around them that is also experiencing it at the same time. So I really want to have that as a reminder.